The NWA to me died 7 years before I threw the belt down. And like my dad in 1993 and my mother in 2010, until somebody comes up with a way to resurrect the dead are dead to me. And the NWA died 7 years before I threw the belt down.
Are you going to tell Nick Aldis that that title really doesn't exist right now?
Well, you have to question as to what the motive is. See, you're making the assumption that Nick is going to go travel the world as the NWA champion, and he may not. They may have invited the fox into the henhouse. And they might not. And they might not have. It's never happenstance or coincidence.
I'm hoping that somehow, some way, the franchise gets a hold of that title. I don't know how. I don't know if Nick will give it up. I'm hoping somehow you end up getting that title.
Well, I've asked Santa this year. I'm crossing my fingers and hope that Santa brings it. I've asked for a big smelter because I have some chores that need done around the house, around the franchise abode here, and you never know when a smelter can come in useful.
So, all right, without being just completely cryptic and completely speculative, I mean, and completely throwing both of us off of our game here, I guess we can kind of put it to bed and asking this final question. If anybody was going to pick your brain as to a master plan and putting one together, does the franchise know how to put together a plan better than anybody else in the wrestling business?
I don't know about better than anybody else, but consider that I've learned from Bill Watts, from Dusty Rhodes, from Eddie Gilbert, from Paul Heyman, from Pat Patterson, and Ole Anderson, and a little bit of Troy Martin smarts in there too. I would say that I'm probably as qualified as most, more qualified than many. I can count on one hand the people that I think would be better qualified in the business, that I would consider being better in the business at coming up with that. But I've always said in my career, and you guys know this, the guy with the plan is a guy who succeeds, and I've always got a plan and a backup plan and a backup to the backup plan. So is it just coinkydink that one of my guys became the NWA champion?